Welcome in Motorcade, Motor Mike for another orientation. The 2026s are flowing right now. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. New floor plans daily are coming in. So it's a great time to be at RCD RV. We're a premium dealer. Once again, football season's coming up and everybody's wants to know where their team's ranked. We're top 50. So if you want to have a premium experience, I don't know about you, but I want to deal with the best. And RCD RV is the best. And so as we look at one of our premium Class Cs, this truly is a premium Class C. You look at Super Cs, all the amenities, we just did that video on the Valencia, awesome machine, awesome. But if we're talking about a Class C, this is definitely in the premium category. An Entegra, 2026 fresh Entegra 30Z. It's an Odyssey. And so we want to demo this today and look at why it is a premium Class C. There's a lot of Class Cs out on the market. There's a lot of things they do differently. But when you're talking about engineering, this definitely has more to talk about than any other brand out there, period. They do. And so the first thing, as you look at it, it's full body paint. This is big. Once again, over the years, you don't order your car with dyed gel coat. You don't do that. Because over the years, let's look at a good example here. It is what it is. This is partial paint. So this is a partial paint unit. This is paint. This is dyed gel coat. Look at the difference. This is white. It's starting to chalk out. This is paint. It still looks good. It's still shiny. So when you're buying and making an investment of this caliber, paint is the only way to go. And so you can see visually, come on, we're visual creatures. How can we deny that we're not visual creatures? Things that look good, when you go out to eat, it has to look good. When you're out buying a car, you want it to look good. You're out buying an RV, you want it to look good. Look at the paint. It makes a massive difference. Is there a cost associated? Absolutely. But paint makes a massive difference in the way it looks. And when something looks good, if it looks good, you just feel better about it. So one of the things, the big things as we start out our walkthrough is this front molded cap. And nobody else does this. You see this on the big boy stuff, Valencias, Veronas, get into your high-end stuff, Entegra, Accolades. They mold this front cap all the way from the transition all the way to the front. This is huge. You're talking about not having to worry about leaks and something that where you're always having to be vigilant on these front caps. Because even if they mold the front cap and then they piece it, right here, there's constant flexing. And so you have to be constantly vigilant, watching those seams, making sure you don't spring a leak. So just this alone separates it. Molded, this is an expensive feature to do this. It's a lot cheaper to take a sheet of fiberglass, bend it around unnaturally, and just hold it in place with some screws and silicone it. But this is the right way to do it. You're going to pay for it. But I'm here to tell you, we're talking about a premium product today. Of course, this has the 7.3, the Godzilla, the V8. So you have plenty of power. Now, of course, you know, we got to break out the tape measure. And the only thing is this step up is 13 inches, which is good. The only thing is it's shallow. It's very shallow. So I'm going to give you the good. I'm going to give you the bad. The step side is, especially if you're trying to step down onto it, there is literally, if you put your foot straight down, there is enough, and even your foot is kind of hanging over a little bit. There's just not much to put your foot on. So as I was going over this, it's kind of really the only complaint I have. There's just not a whole lot when you're jumping out. That's something we can live with. Now, as you can see, Jayco, Entegra, they have 2 camping seasons worth of warranty. One is not very much. People are always into warranty buying new, and that's great. It's 1 camping season. That's not a whole lot. Most people only go a couple times a year. So by the time you're out there, you're camping, listen, that 1 season's gone. So to have 2 camping seasons is absolutely amazing. 3-year, 36,000 on the engine drivetrain. So you're actually covered out there on the road. Now, once again, a Class C, very popular because there's 3 ways to get in. People love that about a Class C. I do too. Who doesn't want, more ways to get in and out? It just makes it convenient. As you can see, most Class Cs, this is a maintenance item. This is something you're going to have to maintenance. And once again, I'm always measuring the steps up, and it's significant on every Class C you're going to get into. There is a big step up. So they add a step for you. That's huge. Power step. So if you're older, it's just more convenient. You can step up in a lot easier experience. 24-inch door. Good sized door. Nice big grab handle. Inside, does make a difference. Almost fell, I believe it was yesterday. I just assumed that was there, and I went to grab for it, and there was just nothing there, and I almost lost my balance in the stairwell. So these do make a difference. It's nice to have things to hold on to. Now, as you can see, these are little things. In the industry, they'll just let these fall all the way down. And you can see the hinge. Kind of looks like a piano hinge. When they fall down, like every Class C does, it just flexes. It's not good for it. It flexes the whole door. Once again, a premium brand, they actually add these to help hold it. It's not to be putting stuff on. It's just to hold it from going all the way down and hitting and flexing. And over time, it's just going to ruin the door. Metal. Can't hurt metal, right? Premium. First compartment, 20 inches by 11, 19 inches deep. So as you can see, we have speakers. A lot of people get into speakers. I don't, not so much. They do have JBLs, so that's a solid brand. I prefer just taking a wireless speaker. That's just me. But these do have JBLs, furnace, propane, water heater. Once again, everything, instead of just letting these doors just flop down, bang into the paint, bang into the body, wear out this hinge, they actually hold. Super nice feature. More storage. 20 by 11. This one's actually about 17 and a half, so it's not quite as deep. 32-inch TV. Come on, under the awning. Once again, this is premium real estate. When we're out on the trail, we want to be outside. We don't plan our trips in the wintertime because we want to go camping and just stay inside and watch the snow fall, and it's miserable outside and it's raining. No, that we go to places in the summer, generally nice weather. We winter in Arizona, Florida, and the awning is premium real estate. And I like the fact that they just made it black. A lot of times when they do white, it just shows every stain imaginable. So I like black. You just don't see as much. So you have 32-inch TV, game time. I can remember out at a campground, the kids have been wild all day. Just wanted to relax around the campfire. Guess what? Throw on a cartoon. They're all drawn in, just watching cartoons. They get to sit around the fire and enjoy it while they chill out for a few minutes. So just an option, having that entertainment center on the outside. Once again, another speaker. Opening, 31 inches by 9.5 by 19 inches deep. Now, as you walk around, you're going to see this is a frameless window. You can do your traditional, looking for a traditional window. Let's walk. Let's look at this oldie goldie. So this is your traditional window. And you do get good airflow on these old traditional windows because, of course, they slide. But I'm here to tell you, I've been out on the road a lot. These windows are horrendous for rattling. And any of you that have those, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They vibrate. You got to stick cardboard or you got to put something in there to negate some of that vibration. Frameless windows are not going to do that. That's one of the big advantages to me of a frameless window. They're just quieter. Listen, we want things that are quiet when we're driving. We don't want a bunch of road noise. There's enough stress being out on the road as it is. So Now, this is, when you get into a Class C, once again, we struggle in storage. But look at this. This is 3 sides, so you don't need a slide tray like a Class A diesel because you have 3 points. Perfect for chairs and grills. 3 feet. 14 inches. Big pocket. This one's actually, that's 22 inches deep right there to the top. As you walk around, now this has a backslide, this floor plan, which makes it interesting. So you have a black backslide. Of course, you have the bumper. Put the old stinky slinky in. Bigger area with more access. This is almost 2 feet by 40 inches. And we're talking, this thing is 47 inches deep. And to the top on this one, you're 29 inches. So you're talking about a massive spot. When you're out on the road, storage is key. You must have storage. Now, as we look up, you can kind of see it. Normally, an AC is not that far back. Why is the AC that far back? It's because there's 2. Once again, we're talking about a premium brand. Everybody out there in this size is going to put 1 on there. And I'm here to tell you, when it's 90 degrees, you are not going to be comfortable. And so you get into a premium experience, you have 2 13.5 ACs. And I'm going to take the camera here, and we're going to go up here. Just want you to see, because this is worth talking about. Now, one of the reasons I brought you up here is because that is a crowned 1-piece fiberglass roof. Once again, this is another premium 2 ACs, well finished. You got your solar up there, help keep those batteries charged. Once again, this is part of the premium experience. Crowned 1-piece fiberglass roof. That's huge. Now, when you're towing something, visibility is important. Obviously, if you're pulling something, it's hard for somebody to see those brake lights. And sometimes on your tow vehicle, you will have the lights obviously working. But it's nice they add that 3rd light up high so you can see that. Now, one of the things is their handling packages. Entegra is all about their handling packages. Now, this is something that's secret. If nobody talks to you about it and you go out and you just buy something and you don't test drive it, you are asking for it, because the drive is going to make a huge difference. You're buying a motorhome. You're not buying a travel trailer. You're buying a motorhome. And so they do an awesome job. This has 3 drive shafts. A lot of places balance maybe 1 or 2. There's 3 drive shafts, and they're all balanced. That helps with that noise, that background noise, that buzzing. And so, of course, Hellwig helper springs. They have all kinds of amenities on here to help with your drive. Now, one of the big things is you're going to see a lot of manufacturers out there. And so this one's 7,500 pounds, 750 pounds, 10%. You get out there and you start doing your research. You're going to see, for instance, they'll have an 8,000 pound hitch, but it'll be 500 pounds. That doesn't make any sense. It's not a true 10%. So it's not really rated to pull 8,000 pounds or 7,500 pounds. But because of the Hellwig, the way they do their suspension, you actually get a true 10%. So you can tow safely. I don't know about you, but you want to be safe. You don't want to be a casualty out on the road. And these are things that if somebody's not telling you, you don't know about it. So that's why you want to be with a reputable dealer and somebody that this is their lifestyle, somebody that knows how to tell you about these units and what they have to offer. So you can see the door here. Once again, the paint makes a difference. Paint looks great. And as we come around, like you can just see, quality. 3rd side, another way to get in. This is big, so you're not stretching that hinge. Outdoor shower, I did not pop it open. Of course, you have your hot and cold, have your wand. You can shower off the Adventure. Fuel, black tank flush, city water. As we walk around, we have some more storage. Not only do you have that huge storage in the back, 25 inches. This one's 11, which is about 17 and a half inches. This is, I did not unlock this. This is where your 30 amp cord is. So you actually can pull out another storage bin. This should be about the same size. 20 inches by 11 by, actually that one's 19, so it's a little bit deeper. Now, there are a lot of generators out there. They're getting, these manufacturers are getting into all kinds of generators. Ever since I've been with the company for closing in on 13 years, it's been the Onan show. And I'm here to tell you these things are bulletproof. There's nothing I can complain about. So these are actually, the emissions will meet in all 50 states. They just make an awesome product. This is going to run off the gasoline tank, same gasoline tank. They just work. And so when you get into other manufacturers, you're going to get into Yamaha and different brands of generators. One of the reasons, probably cheaper, but all I know is the track record since I've been here is with Onan all the way. So as you can see, as you walk around, they actually have the diamond shield here. I don't know if that'll show up in the video right there, but you have the diamond shield on the front because this is what takes all the beating. So as you can walk around and look, with essentially the windshield molded in the cap, it just has a great look. Once again, we're creatures. What it looks like matters. So if you're married, you know that. Looks matter. They do matter. They do play a part. And so why wouldn't you want your motorhome to look great? With that full body paint, it does that. So we're going to get inside. We'll set it up, get to sleeping. Come on inside. I want to show you how it sleeps, but let's look at it with the slides in. Let's look at it with the slides in. So walking in, stop at the truck stop, gas station. Can't put your slides out. Just wondering what it looks like from going in and out. This is going to be the tightest spot, 13 inches. So you're going to have to shimmy there, do the old robot walk. That's one of the spots, but you still have room to get through because there's no walls. So you can walk through. Fridge, no problem. No problem with the fridge. Can you get to the bathroom? Of course you can. You can hang out, rest in your seats. The booth is all available. Bathroom, bathroom sink, bathroom door. So all available. You stop. You do not have to put the slide out. We're going to get the slides out, show you how it sleeps. Thanks. After a long day, everybody's tired. Everybody wants to see how this thing sleeps. So let's start off with that. Come on in. This is a motor home. And part of the big thing is how does it sleep? Now, absolutely love this. This is a safety belt. Over the years, the bunks have just been left to themselves. So we literally would put suitcases and different things up here to keep our children from rolling off. It was a horrible design. So now they're getting smart, adding this so your kids won't roll out, which is kind of a big deal. Of course, you have the connection for the ladder to climb up and down. Love that. Optional. If you want the light, you want the darkness, come on. Who doesn't want to give their kids the view of the stars while you're out in the middle of nowhere? It's kind of a big deal. It's all finished off, molded plastic. It looks good. It's not just a square bunk, but they actually finish it off with pockets and storage, power. Listen, we're living in a device age. Everybody needs power. So you need those receptacles in all places. You also, if you want to, I don't like dropping down the booth because it takes up your space. These cushions will come off. But this actually makes a good sized bed. So 71 inches, so almost 6 feet. It's a little bigger than your traditional bed. So almost 6 feet by 42 inches. So good size. And one thing, so this is part of your sleeping. This actually pulls up and latches in just like that. Now, one of the things that we'll get into is now, come on, we've all had to bang our legs into these booth tables. It's miserable. So you put it up, You got room under here. You have those that'll latch. They'll go straight down, but they latch. The latch is constantly falling down. There's no way to clip it. So every time we're out on the road, it seems like these things are falling. The table comes down. It's a huge hassle. This is a great setup on the table. It's solid. You don't have to worry about banging your legs. So we wanted to demo that. Of course, this is theater, so you're not going to have sleep in here. Now with the slide, this is unique. With the slide going back, you still have a walk-around bed, and the step up is here. I like this. Where you're going to be almost the majority of the time, you have one level. So you're not worrying about tripping into something, falling off to something. You know, if you're stepping up here, you just kind of know you're at the ledge. If you're at the bathroom, if you're going in, it's all one level. And I really like that. So step up. Of course, storage. This is a great setup. Let's check under the bed. I don't know if there's anything under the bed. I didn't look. Nope. There's storage under the bed. Storage over here. Of course, you can put a TV right here. It's already blocked. You got the connections. So if you're in bed, TV, you have it. All right, since you're on this side, now we're talking storage. There's your little bunk ladder. So room for clothes. Storage. Huge medicine cabinet. Bathroom. It's not radiused. I like that. Not radiused. Plenty of room. Glass doors. I like this little touch. Some people will use this to hang clothes in. Or if you need to dry out, you've been out swimming, you have wet clothes, you can hang them up. They dry out. They're dripping. Good idea. Once again, these are little things that make a big difference. Porcelain toilet. 50-inch TV. So if your eyes are getting bad, guess what? You can actually see it. So it's not some little tiny screen. Now, one of the things that you'll see, give the ambiance. You can use it as a heat source as well. You have a nice little fireplace down here. 5100 BTU. So if you're already paying, you're plugged in and you're paying for a campsite, why wouldn't you use their power? And so it's 5100 BTUs. Unless it's super cold outside, you can heat your whole coach with the fireplace, with the electric fireplace. Now, of course, if you're at a site where you're paying for electric, that's a little different. Storage. Tons of storage. These, I don't know if you can. 3 huge compartments. Of course, in our industry, this is the game changer. 10 cubic, electric. They get cold. They don't take forever to cool down. So as you can see, great setup. Nice deep sink. And one of the things on the walls, once again, we're talking about a premium brand. This is vacuum bonded. So it's basically like taking a sandwich. You have your hamburger, and you have your bread, you have your meat, and then you have another piece of bread. You essentially have that in your wall, and you just basically sandwich it together. Well, you have that glue, so you can pinch roll it and hope it bonds, just putting a roller over it, or you can put it under tremendous stress. And basically they press it, keep it like that, let it bond, and then you have a solid wall. So once again, vacuum bonded is one of those processes. It's expensive, but it's one of these things that's part of the premium experience. You can see how these open. There's windows. They're quieter. There's just not nearly as many components to rattle. You can pull them in, tighten them up. Of course, you got the shades, cup holders. Very, very important. So come out and see us. Listen, premium motorhome. You basically have the cab. Look at the size of this screen. It's actually you can actually adjust that on the back. Backup camera. It's actually Sony. I mean, how many times do you see that? It's actually Sony components. Once again, premium product for your backup, Apple CarPlay. So one of the things we want to finish off on, thanks for watching. I'm going to give you the MSRP, and you can take a look at the options. Hopefully you can freeze that if you're watching that. I'll go down this side. Floor plan, and then you have your tank sizes. Come out and see us. Thanks for watching.